Shortly before 7 o'clock this morning, our deputies were dispatched to a welfare check to check on an individual that was in the home here behind me. When they arrived, the mom let the deputies into the house. When they made entry to the bedroom, the gentleman greeted them with gunfire. Our deputies fired back, killing the suspect.
Were any deputies injured in this?
Yeah, one deputy was shot. He was transported to a local hospital where he's expected to be okay. He's up and talking to doctors now.
Where was he hit?
He was hit in the shoulder.
What was the nature of the call? Is it a welfare check? But what was he in distress or?
So the mom had called her place of employment to explain to them some things that the son was doing and the way he was acting. The employer called us to come check on the mom. When our deputies got here, they opened the door. The mom greeted them. She walked them to the bedroom where he was. Then he turned over and then started opening fire on our deputies. So obviously, our deputies come to work every day, not expecting to have to do that. But we're very thankful for the outcome that our deputy, first of all, is going to be okay. And anytime there's a loss of life, our thoughts are with that individual's family. That family is cooperating. They understand that it's also a very difficult time for our deputies, just as well as it is their family.
How old was the son?
That I do not know. I do know he was adult age. Mm-hmm.
Commission, this was a welfare check. Was it just deputies who were responding, or were there other agencies that came?
No, so there were just deputies initially, and then obviously once the shots were fired, the fire department was called right away. So the fire department came and did, just like they would any other time, tried to administer life-saving measures, but they were unsuccessful.
I want to understand that phone call. You said that the mom called her employer, the employer called you guys.
So yeah, essentially a third-party call. So the mom was calling her employer to explain what was happening. Again, we're still trying to piece together, was the mom going to be leaving the house soon, and was just having casual conversation with her employer about what was taking place. The employer knew that there were guns inside the house, so out of the safety of the female, the mom, they called us, and it was this just goes to show you this was a typical Thursday morning. Our deputies respond to welfare checks daily, sometimes multiple times a day, and this was not expected by any stretch of the imagination.
So when you responded, you knew this person had guns?
Yeah, so when we received the call, dispatch told us that there were guns inside the home. That obviously heightens our alert. But again, you just don't expect to respond to somebody's home for a welfare check and then have to do what happened today.
And do you know, was there a history of calls to this house or issues?
That's what we're still trying to figure out now. The GBI just got here, so the GBI, along with our CID unit, they're trying to figure out, kind of piece it all together, put pieces of the puzzle to figure out what happened.
And was anybody else in the home other than the mom and the son?
Yeah, so there was a mom and another female. We're trying to figure out her relationship. We believe it was a sister. Again, they were not hurt. They're cooperating with detectives. They're at the sheriff's office now, being interviewed to try to figure out what was he like before that. Was it kind of a sporadic thing? Had it been going on for a while? Obviously, there was some type of mental illness or issue that was taking place to lead to where we are today. So our deputies also, we should mention, this is. Most deputies don't go their entire career and don't have to do anything like this. And we're talking people that are our age. We're talking 24 and 25-year-old young men and women who do this work, who are also going to be affected by this for the rest of their life. Because again, we don't come to work every day thinking of shooting somebody, and when we have to, it's difficult. The scene this morning was a lot different than what it is now because those deputies were so emotional because of what they had to do.
Can you tell us more about the scene when they walked in? Do you know exactly where he was in the house? Was he
So he was in the bed. He was laying in his bed. When deputies opened the door to go into the bedroom, he started shooting at them.
Just immediately.
Mm-hmm.
So he was living in this home?
Yes.
Was there any, did deputies say who they were before they went in? How does that work when that happens?
Yeah, so again, this situation was so different because the mom greeted us at the door. And from what we believed he heard us, the conversations that our deputies were having with the mom, she walked us back to say, hey, he's in here. And as soon as she opened the door and we walked in, he started shooting at our deputies.
So he was prepared?
He was prepared.
And was there any indication of the mom's life being at risk or anything? Did she
I think
feel
that's what's started the welfare check. I think whoever she spoke to, wherever she worked, felt that her life was potentially in jeopardy. So they clearly did the right thing. Obviously, the outcome is not what anybody expected or what anybody wanted. So yeah, it's a tough situation and a unique case because it just wasn't expected.
I'm sorry. How many deputies were in the home? How many responded? And was the deputy who was hit the one who shot the fatal shot?
So that we're trying to figure out for sure. So there were 4 deputies that were total in the room. The one who was shot, and then 3 other deputies. So those deputies, standard procedure for us, they're already back at the sheriff's office. Well, first of all, they went to the hospital to get checked out. They're back at the sheriff's office doing our internal investigation. And then, of course, they'll be on administrative leave pending the outcome of the investigation to make sure that we did everything the correct way. So now we'll figure out who the shooters were, what guns were used, all that type of stuff that we're still trying to figure out. So, and those guys need some time. They need some time to process what they saw, what took place, doing what you have to do, and then also consoling a family after doing what you just had to do is a tough job that most people will never experience.
Which hospital was your deputy taken to?
That I do not know, but I'll find out.
Do you know the type of weapon? I want to say man, what he had, the type of weapon?
That I do not know because there was more than one weapon in the house. I do know that. So based on how the inside of the house looks now, the outcome is a lot better than what it could have been. This is still a very soft and unique time for our agency. We lost a deputy 8 months ago who was shot and killed in the line of duty, and some of those officers that were here today were there that day. So that's still, in a month we're going to be at National Police Week in D.C. inscribing Brandon's name on the wall for doing the same thing. I mean, the deputy that was shot this morning, it's a miracle. Again, we're obviously extremely sorry that the gentleman lost his life this morning, but we're also thankful that our deputy is okay.